Hi guys, I'm Marley Silva and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I thought it would be fun to film a little, I guess, Europe. Get ready with me. I don't know, I just got back from Europe and I need to get ready. So I thought it would maybe be cute to share my experience, how it was, how it went, and get ready with you guys. Also, my energy is like very monotone. I don't even know what my energy would be considered. I was listening to Lana Del Rey's album Chemtrails Over the Country Club. Let me see if I can pull up the artwork for you guys. I love when it doesn't load. That's like so cute, but it just looks like this. I love Chemtrails. I think it's just like an album on like, I don't even know, healing and like a lot, and I'm just feeling a lot, but it's all good. I feel like it's how I feel 90% of the time. But yeah, no, we went on like a family trip. It was good. It was definitely a trip for sure. I think Europe is such a beautiful place. Like I went to Portugal specifically. We went all around Portugal. We went to like Algarve and Coimbra and like a lot of different places. And Portugal has the ocean is so gorgeous. When I went swimming in the ocean, I put my head underwater and I was like so shocked. I'm obsessed with the cherry pomegranate crystal light. It's so refreshing. But anyway, I'm not gonna be doing like crazy makeup. I'm literally doing like light makeup. As you guys can probably tell, I have a tan. But yeah, Portugal's beautiful. I put my head underwater, and when I came back up, it tasted like complete salt water. Unless you've done it, you know what I mean. And it's definitely salt water. So yeah, and the water was gorgeous. The sand was gorgeous. The whole trip was honestly just so beautiful. Like I said, Europe is such a gorgeous country. I'm going to be filming like a whole Portugal haul, if you will. So that'll be fun and fresh and cute. Just putting on a lot of blush to give that sunburn effect, because for me, I just feel like natural when you have like a sun-kissed glow is like the prettiest. But yeah, the flight was actually really good. I had a really good experience with the flight. I think it's like 8 hours and it's straight up over water. From Canada to Portugal, like you're literally flying for like 7 hours continuously over water. So my brother literally asked me, he's like, how did you do during the flight? And I mean, it was fine. There was a little bit of turbulence. It's kind of sketchy looking down and seeing like reflections off the water and just like being over the water for long periods of time. But overall, I loved it. I honestly am so drained though from the trip. Like it was so crazy. Like the last week we were there, my whole body got like this crazy itchy rash. My pits hurt. My eyes, like in the inner corners, are like so swollen, and like I probably have to go to the doctor at some point to figure that situation out. I was having like crazy issues. My asthma was acting up. Like I was having to take my puffer like 4 times a day, which is totally not normal. Huh, my top light just died. Gotta love it. My top light just died. I was plugging it into a charger that wasn't even charging it. It was a shitty charger, so love that. I have my ring light now here, so I hope the lighting isn't too different from what it was. Maybe I'll try to I think that's good. I hate the neighbors we have outside. I swear to God, she's always screaming and yelling. I literally have a video on my channel about them as a whole. I'm gonna close the door, it's annoying. Obnoxious drug addicts, gotta love it. But anyway, I had red and itchy eyes, dry eyes, like I would rub my eyes, it was so bad. I had a rash all over my body, very itchy. I put red bubbling. I don't know how much I would feed into that, but like it was definitely a lot. I had a sinus plus a sore throat, so I was like not feeling well at all. I took Reactin and Benadryl for like a week plus, and there was no changes or getting better. Had to take my inhalers, so it was a whole deal. I guess I'm a little bit better now. I don't know. The jet lag, I didn't honestly know how intense jet lag was until I experienced it. And yeah, when we got home, we had a lot of crazy flights. We had like the flight to Toronto was when we were leaving. I guess there was a flight to Miami that was delayed. Ours was actually on time. Like our entire staff and crew did a great job. It wasn't their fault. There was like a flight to Miami that was like delayed. And they had already boarded the plane and they were kind of like rushing. It was just like a shit show. Long story short, we had to take a shuttle to a different part of the airport. And we were all in the shuttle for like 30 minutes. And it was in Portugal. Like, it's not like Canada. Like, it's not like 9 a.m. Like, it's slowly going to warm up by 12. Like, by 9 a.m., the UV index is 5 and up. And it's hot, like 30-degree weather. So like people could pass out, people could like get, you know, heat stroke. Like it's not a joke. So we're all in this bus, right? And at first it was like, haha, like the doors are open, like whatever. And then they kept loading it full of people. And we were all like, okay, like there's not that much room in here. And then it got really, really stuffy. And I was like fanning myself because I bought this fan from Portugal. Super cute little moment. And I was fanning myself there, and there was like this family. We're talking to everybody, and yeah, it was kind of like cute or whatever. My eyes are so irritated. Gotta love it. But yeah, and then we got on the flight, and then when we got back to Toronto, our next flight was at like 2 a.m. I think we landed like in the afternoon-ish, and our next flight was at 2 a.m. to come home. And when I got home, I literally was sleeping at like all day. The first day, and then the second day I fell asleep at like 5, and then I think yesterday I fell asleep at like 6. So my sleep schedule has been like a mess. It's been all over the place. I've been lucky that I haven't had to go to work right when I got home. Like I go to work tomorrow, but yeah, what a trip. And my body like freaked out. Like I shaved my pits and they're so irritated. Like I don't know, my body just, I don't know if it's because of the heat or like the accommodations, but my body was not having it for most of the trip, to the point where I was just like excited to come home. But I do love Europe. I think it's one of the most beautiful places I've been. Portugal is so gorgeous, and there are so many beautiful places in Portugal, and overall I just love. I don't think it rained once when we were there. Like it literally never rained, but yeah, it's just a beautiful place, and I overall had a really, really good time. But I'm so happy to be home. Like for me, I feel like I always enjoy things for the most part, but I always get really homesick, and I miss like being at home, and I miss like my bed and like my blackout curtains and like my space. My space is a big one. If you know me, like I love my alone time. Not even alone time, just like time with like me and my partner, or like by myself. I like, you know, having time to recharge. I have talked about this on my channel before, but I used to be like such an extrovert, and I would recharge my energy being around other people. After COVID, I feel like I now recharge my energy by being alone. Like I am an introverted person. Like I recharge by being by myself. So, you know, being on a big trip, it was definitely like I needed a minute. But yeah, Europe definitely taught me a lot of different life lessons unexpectedly, in a good way, I think. It definitely put into perspective, you know, time and how I value time and how I see time. You know, in Canada, everyone is always angry and upset and in a rush, and no one knows how to relax here. And it's very stuffy and tight. I think a lot of people think like, oh, Canada's like this great place and everyone there is like so happy and blah, 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 and like all this shit. And I think, you know, with who we've had in government for the last couple of years, plus COVID and just everything, I think everybody's just completely drained. I don't think we're taken care of at all. I think it's just a complete shit show in this country. I think it's disgusting. I think living here is horrible. In Europe, you'll see people that are like actually at a coffee shop, sitting, enjoying themselves with a newspaper. Like it's just a slower pace of living, I guess. And people there just seem to be much happier. But the drivers definitely don't play around. Like if you're on the road and they're driving, like they'll hit you. Like you need to, they're very quick, I guess. There's a certain expectation. I also noticed that everyone in Europe is gorgeous. Like everyone there is, all the men and women are gorgeous. Everybody's very thin, not like too thin, but like healthy, gorgeous. So yeah, it was definitely like a little bit of a wake up call for like life. But I think overall I learned a lot and I'm happy to be home. I'm trying to think like what else. I don't know. I was supposed to see like all my friends. And I was like, you guys, I am not leaving my bed until I go back to work. And my birthday's like oh my God, my birthday's in like 10 days. It's August 4th. My birthday's in 10 days. You guys. Oh, this is a cute pumpkin patch when we were there. So cute. It's August 4th. My birthday's in 10 days. Like, I feel like every other year I've been like so on plans, so like, you know, what's the word? Like, bridezilla, for lack of a better word. But now I guess I'm just like so busy and tired and stressed and dealing with adult things that I haven't really had time. This year on my birthday, I literally just want to see my parents and my partner and do a nice dinner. Maybe go to Red Lobster and get some seafood and just keep it super chill. And then I'll see like, have a girlfriend and we're gonna do like a little seafood boil kind of thing. We want to go to like this place where they have like huge bags of like spicy, crazy potatoes, corn, you know, shrimp, all that great stuff. So I definitely want to do that with her. And then my other girlfriends, I don't know, we'll probably like sit in a park and have some drinks or something. Super low key and like cute, but yeah, I don't know. I guess it's weird. I think like as you get older, depending on your life, right? Like for me, I live with my partner. I have my family and my friends. I just got back from, you know, half a month in Europe. So like, that's kind of my life. I think what I'm starting to understand is like things change and how out of control you are, like how you can't, like it's so hard to make plans because things change and can change so quickly. And I've been trying my best to live in the moment, but you know, there's lots on my mind. And I think going back to work will maybe help. I don't know, or maybe it'll just like make me feel even more lost, but I don't know, you guys. There's a lot of stuff that I haven't been openly. I forgot the eyelash curlers. I knew it. Okay, take 50. There's a lot of things that I haven't been really like, I guess, talking about just because it's hard for me. I've been crying a lot. It's been overwhelming. I'm literally listening to Chemtrails Over the Country Club, and she's Miss Lana Del Rey is basically talking about like so many different things. And I don't know. I guess I'm like definitely feeling like 26, but it's funny because each year that goes by, I feel like as that birthday comes, I have like a certain thing I need to work on for that year. And I think like 2 years ago, it was listening more. And then last year when I was 25, it was being more cognizant or aware or careful of what I say and how I say things. And I think that this year, my learning lesson is to basically rewire pathways in my brain. Like basically rewire my brain, because a lot of the water sip. A lot of the ways that I am are because of trauma and because of my childhood, my family dynamics, men. There's been so many things in my life that have shaped me for the better, but there's also a lot of baggage that I've gone through and that has kind of weighed on me because of that growth, right? Like you can't be a really experienced, full-formed person and not have, you know, your dark shadows or like whatever you want to call it, your demons. And for me, my lesson this year for my 26th year of life is basically rewiring those pathways in my brain. So because, for example, say I was with a guy and he would pick up his phone. My brain is used to X, Y, Z. And I need to change that and rewire it to he picks up his phone and I don't assume anything. Like, that's just like one example, but like, you know, it could be anything. And like, I think this year I've set so many boundaries with like my time and my schedule that I'm starting to understand that like, I'm 26 this year. Like, I literally need to rewire the pathways in my brain. Instead of thinking this way or this happens and thinking this way, something happens and then taking it as a positive and rewiring those pathways in my brain to think positively or to heal from that or to grow from that or to react in a mature manner. I'm just going to put on this She Glam Body Glow. This is in the shade Sunkissed, I think. This is going to be so messy. But yeah, and I think it takes a lot of honesty to admit that and to be open about that, because people have told me, oh, Marley, like, you're too sensitive, like, you need to be like this or be like this. And for a while in my life, my mom was like, you're so hard, like, you're so hard, you need to like soften and you need to be more emotional and more in tune with yourself. So I think, you know, as I was growing up, a lot of the things that I was coming from was a place of emotion or a place of vulnerability. And I would never change that. Like, my mom was correct. I definitely needed to soften and not be so hard all the time and, you know, let myself be myself. And I just think it's funny when people tell me like, oh, Marley, you're too sensitive. Because for me, I'm not too sensitive. Like, I'm a person, I have feelings, I have emotions. There's certain things that affect me in certain ways and certain things that affect me in different ways. And I'm not ashamed of that, right? Do I need to, you know, rewire certain pathways of my brain to think of the positive as opposed to the negative, or, you know, learn that not everybody's out to get me? 1,000%. But a lot of the reasons why I'm the way I am is because I am hyper aware and hypersensitive to those things, right? So if something happens, and the normal person would just like probably let it go or brush it off or whatever, for me, there has to be a reason of why it happened. And usually there is a reason why it happened. And I think I still want to keep those parts of me that are hyper aware, because I think it's important to understand yourself and how other people can impact that, right? But it's also important to not be, you know, to not react out of pain, right? Like, not to allow your past or your past traumas to dictate how you are in the future. So that's my goal of being 26, is to rewire those pathways in my brain. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just like really emotional right now and thinking about a lot. I really like this glitter. I don't think I've ever used this glitter. It's the NARS Earth Shine. I usually use the gold one. This one's more of like the pink reflex. So stunning. Like, this is by itself with a tan is really, really pretty. And this lip combo, I'm obsessed. This is also, I think it's like the MAC Lady Gaga collection. There we go. So Lady Gaga. Kind of see. I love this color. It's so pretty. I just paired it with that Essence gloss, like the darker one I always use. But yeah, and that's another thing about Europe is like, everything there, what am I trying to say? The UV is crazy. Like, you can be in the sun for like 10 minutes and you're already like tanning. So yeah, the heat is not a joke over there for sure. But yeah, I wish this was more of like an informative, like, I went here and did this and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. I went to Europe. I went to Portugal. I experienced quite a bit. It was fun. It was amazing. Am I extremely exhausted and happy to be home? Yes. Did I have a lot of fun? Sure. But yeah, this makeup is so light. I really wanted to like film something while I still had a lot of color because my tan's gonna fade like everything else, but all right, I think that's good for me. I think that looks cute. And that's it. All right, you guys, that is the final look. I really hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more videos to film. So I'm gonna get to that. I hope you guys enjoyed getting ready with me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.